Less is more. Less is more. Remember that. Less is more. Good morning.
How's Ellerby coming along at middle linebacker?
You said they were going to ask that.
and would he be who you go with if Walker can't play?
Yeah, if Joe's questionable, obviously, and he's been progressing nicely, and right now at this time, obviously he's still learning. Donnell, Ellerby's still kind of getting the pieces of the defense together. When you look at Joe's productivity, it's about 12 to 15 snaps a game in our base defense right now, and so that's not a lot, and we don't do a ton, obviously, schematically in our base. So he's still picking up some of the nuances of that, and we'll see where he's at again on a game day.
Doug, Russell Wilson has been a good fourth quarter quarterback most of his career, but he's kind of taken it to another level this year. You've been around a lot of great quarterbacks that have excelled with the game on the line. What makes Russell so good in crunch time?
I just think in the quarterbacks that I've been around that have been successful in the fourth quarter is they just focus that much more. They just zero in on their assignment. They just zero in on the task at hand. They know that it's the last drive or two of the game, and they got to make a play. And I think that's what separates them from just a young quarterback or a quarterback that maybe doesn't have quite that same intensity, that same focus. I saw it with Marino, I saw it with Favre, obviously. You see it in Carson, you see it in Russell, guys that just zero in and lock in on their jobs.
How about Kelsey and Barnett? They were limited yesterday. Are they good to go for the game?
Yeah, just rest and then getting their treatment. But yeah, they're both doing really well. Should see them out there today.
Alshon and Robinson, same deal.
Same deal. Yep. Same deal. Yep.
He did a good job last year against Jimmy Graham on the three catches. What are the matchup problems he still possesses for your defense?
Yeah, he's obviously he's a big physical target. Like to use him down around the goal line, obviously, and in the red zone, and it's just body position. You just gotta be in the right spot at the right time with him. You gotta body guys like that up, and kind of anticipate route combinations and things, but. He's being a basketball guy, he obviously can elevate, and being the size that he is, can be physical, pushing people around, particularly around the goal line, and it does pose an issue for us defensively.
I know you guys are focused on Seattle, but the trip out west for a week, how much planning goes into that, the logistical side of it?
I'm focused on Seattle.
Well, okay, I understand that, but it's got to be a big undertaking to move your whole operation.
I guess. I mean, we're just going to get on a plane and go to L.A., and we're going to practice like normal out there, and it's like going to Lehigh for training camp. I mean, we do it 100,000 times. So I don't want to talk about it, obviously, and I'm focused on this game, and I want to make sure our team is focused on this game.
Doug, you said previously that during the pre-draft process with Carson, you guys kind of tested him on those 5 plays to check his recall. What did you learn about him during that process, and was that at the Combine or when you visited him at North Dakota?
It's a little both. Combine, you don't get quite as much time, with the guys, but we spent the bulk of the afternoon at North Dakota State, kind of going through that process with him, and it's just the recall, the details, splits, protection assignments. And then any other adjustments that Coach DiFilippo presented, on his installation, he was able to recite and recall.
In this tough game on the road against Seattle, how much are you looking at this as kind of a GPS game to see where your team is at this point in the year?
Well, I think this is a great opportunity for our football team. I've heard things this week and the last couple of weeks that things have been kind of sort of easy for us. This is the National Football League, and nothing's easy. So these games coming up will definitely be a benchmark for our football team, and it's a great challenge on the road, playoff environment, against a great football team that knows how to win, and they know how to win in the fourth quarter. We've just got to go up there and do our jobs, be prepared, handle the noise, but a great opportunity for our team at this time of the year.
In Nelson's case, you've spoken a few times this year about what's different this year. But if you think back to this time a year ago, what made you think he could be safe, so to speak, that there was still more in him than what you saw?
I just think just being around him every day, watching him work. He continued to work even through the struggles. He continued to fight and battle, and show up early and stay late if he had to. And you know, you just have to go back sometimes and just kind of show players like that. Go back to their college days. Show them exactly why they were drafted in the first round or wherever they were drafted, and say this is the guy that you are and you can be, and you just spend time with them, and you know, and then just he himself, just his work ethic every single day, never got down on himself, and you know, fought himself out of it.
I'm sure this week you think about how last year you went to Seattle, you were in a tough stretch, it was a tough game, things didn't really go so well at the end of the season for you guys. Does it feel like 100 years ago when that game was, in a sense, the way you guys have developed and have turned the page and the way you're playing this season?
Yeah, you know, and I think you learn from the past. Obviously, we learned from last season as a whole, but we learned from certain games, and this is obviously one of the games that we've learned from. You know, and so yeah, you know, it's different. They're different. We're different, and but yet it's the same environment. It's still they're still a great football team, obviously, and you know, we're better this year, obviously. But that doesn't cut it. You know, that doesn't cut it. We still have to go play. We still have to go execute. Listen, nothing's ever going to be handed to us. It just so happens our target's a little bit bigger on our backs now, you know, with the 10-1 record and all that. But yeah, it's a great challenge. But things are a little bit different. But I think you reflect back and you learn from those games.
I know you'd love to win every game by 28 points, and that's not going to happen. Are you kind of eager to see how this team reacts in a close game on the road against a good team, fourth quarter, and is that something you think this team needs?
I am. I would, you know, I mean, obviously, yeah, you would love to win it by, you know, a couple scores, but, you know, you just know that that's not going to happen each week, and especially now down the stretch with some of the opponents we got coming up. So I think it would be a great opportunity if our team had to, we were in a position, you know, you're down a touchdown or a field goal or maybe 2 scores, whatever it is, and you know, you figure out a way to get it done. I think it's a great test for your team, you know, and or, you know, you're in that dogfight and it comes down to the last possession, you know, whoever has the ball last type game, and you know, that's something that our guys have learned from a year ago, you know, being able to finish football games. So it'd be a great test for us.
But going back to Nelson, you made a decision after the Seahawks game to make him inactive for the next game. Now that it's been a year, looking back on it, what effect do you think that had on him? And that was a big decision. What effect do you think that had on you as a coach?
I think it was definitely it was big on both our parts because, you know, it's the first time I've really, you know, had to sort of bench a player, you know, for you know, the performance or whatever, or just, you know, the sort of the slump that he was in, and I really think that it was a wake-up call, I think, for him, but he embraced it the right way. Part of the conversation that he and I had leading up to me, you know, sitting him that week, like I said, he embraced it. You know, it's a learning experience for both of us, but he came out of it much better, a lot more confident when he came out of it, and really from that point on, even the last couple of games of the season began to play like the Nelson Aguilar we thought we had.
Thank you.
Thanks. Can't wait for this part.